Hmm. Yes, like I said, if you're just joining us, we were discussing the University of Nsukka lady and her lecturer scenario. We want to discuss if her actions, if we want to discuss, we want to know if what she actually did was the right thing for her to harass her.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam, sir. Thanks for joining us. Yes. So, barrister, the scenario. I'm sure you saw that video about that girl because the video came in in splits, and when I watched it, I was now wondering because what I saw wasn't something that would make that girl to misbehave because according to before even the man gave his own statement on the issue, he the video I watched, the girl was in front of her camera, wanted to start a video, and the man just tapped her on her back and said, "Excuse me," and passed. And she just turned like, "Look at her, see how you just touched me," you know, kind of trying to like let her audience know that this is what she's doing. I don't know if she wants it to be part of her video. So I was now wondering, so what happened? So until I saw that the phrase and a lot of others too. There's noise in the audio. Hello. There's noise in the audio. Yes. So that's why there's not really fan on or something. All right. So what I was now wondering what could go around because from the comments I was getting, I was surprised that okay, what could have happened until I saw another video where the girl was, held the
She
lecturer,
held him.
and the man
I
just
was
stood.
like, it was
So
too. The man was too
yes, it was
gentle.
so gentle for that. I know that if she had met a lecturer that is as crazy as her, she would have gotten it. But there, I felt she was just being gentlemanly. But from what people said, it's like there should be something more. Probably the girl has a hidden secret of him, and which he wouldn't want her to disclose if he had retaliated or wanted to, fight back. Because she really embarrassed from the video I saw. She really embarrassed
For
me.
me,
Yes. And then I saw another video, the man explaining what happened to one of the TV stations there. Like, the only thing he would say is he was just passing, just like in the video, and he saw this girl trying to do a video. And then he just told her, "Excuse me," because she was obviously on the pathway to where he would pass. So, and the girl made a statement which made him to come back and ask the girl, "Are you from my department?" He needed to know if the girl
he's a
is a
student.
student of his. And when he realized that, when he saw that it was obvious she was doing a video, and for the TikTok video, he demanded that she should delete the video that moment, which of course she refused to. And him reaching out to like collect the phone, which he knew that would make her want to react. Then that was the only thing he tried to do, and all hell was let loose, according to what he said. So, from people's comments, a lot of people, from people's comments, they said the man is too gentle. The man is there's something hidden. According to Daddy Free said, if I except if that man don't post that girl before, because you don't understand why the man will be so calm at this situation, and the girl for her to have the guts to do that, there must be something hidden. Some other people said she maybe her parent, her mother is a lecturer. But even if her mother is
Oh,
a lecturer in the school,
that is even worse.
that's even
It
worse.
even just shows because I was about to say it is a sign of bad parental upbringing. But for her mother to be a lecturer, it's even an indictment more on the mother, on the girl. For your mother to be a lecturer, it means she's somebody that is knowledgeable. It means that she's somebody that is
Yes.
learned, and so you are not expected to behave like that. For me, the comments by people that the man, the lecturer, was too lenient and was too gentle in his demeanor, insinuating that there might have been something between them that made the girl have the guts. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think for everybody these days, when you know the way things are always being recorded and thrown online, and then unexpected reactions come from there and things like that. People are careful what to do. Since he saw that she was recording something, of course, he had to be careful the way he did it. If he had just given her a slap, the way lecturers in those days used to do,
Yeah.
in those days, the fear of your lecturers is the beginning of
I
wisdom.
am telling
You cannot
you.
try rubbish because they will fail you. And we have heard so many cases of sexual harassment, money, people extorting students for money. And so we feared, back in the days, we feared our lecturers like, some of them were like, I don't even know how to say it.
Yes.
You fear them so much that if you are late to their class, the way you beg, some people go to kneel down to beg
To beg
lecturers and things like
lecturers.
that. And so for you to see your lecturer, you are the one that will first clear from the road, let him pass. Then he now taps you and says, please, can you excuse me,
Excuse
let
me,
me pass.
politely. You
And
didn't
then
push
you
her.
just talk to him anyhow. He's demanding that you delete the video. He's not
Yes.
seizing your phone. Ordinarily, he should have seized the phone because that's what used to happen. Back then.
Yes.
Some people will come late, or maybe you are in the lecture hall and the lecturer says that you are not paying attention, you are pressing phone. They can seize phone. In those days, those kind of things used to happen. Some will collect your matric number and you know you are in trouble if they know your registration number because they will just deal with you. They can make life miserable for you. But I think now with the advent of the way the education system is and the fact that people can do what they like now, it just makes the authorities in the academics to become so powerless. They cannot. It's as if they don't have authority over their students because students know they can buy results.
You
Students know
know.
that they can graduate no matter what. Students know that they can find their way in university anyhow. So, but I think that the girl, whatever, everything that happened is on the girl.
Yes.
It's,
Jesus.
everything is on the girl because it just shows her own bad parental upbringing. She just shows she's a disgrace to her family and to girls generally because even though we talk about not condoning bullying and abuse and things like that, and there have been so many cases of lecturers who sexually molested their students having to
Yes.
pay for it these days when it comes up. I know there's a particular case of a dean of a faculty
Mm-hmm.
in one of the South universities that many years later some of his victims were coming out and everybody rallied female lawyers and things like that, and now the university has had to remove him from his position as dean of the faculty. So
You
those kind
see?
of things happen, and so ordinarily a girl should be very outspoken when it comes to not taking bullying, but not in this case.
What's in
Not in
this
this case.
case?
What people are insinuating that, oh, maybe there is an affair between both of them, he must have cheated her. That is not the issue. The issue is that the girl was clearly disrespectful. It was a blatant disrespect for somebody in a symbol of authority, which is her lecturer. He holds the position of local parentis. When you are in school, your teachers and your lecturers are like your parents. So whatever must have happened, she had no right to jack him, to hold him, to harass him the way she did. In fact, there was no moral justification for that.
There wasn't. Oh, even
So
that's like you said. I mean, she had even disgraced her lecturer by doing that. I mean, her parent,
parents
her mother,
who is a
her
lecturer
mother,
too.
because it's not only the disgrace to her, even in the eyes of her colleagues too.
Mm.
She has disgraced her mother in the eyes of her colleagues, even the school management. Because you can't imagine seeing, even if the mother comes and sees that, what was she thinking? She think that if her mother comes and sees that he
Support
will
her.
support her, because even if she actually did that, she just showed herself to be a bad mother.
Yes.
And this just brings us to the fact that educational system these days
It
it has
reached a
really
point of collapse. Honestly, it has
collapsed.
degenerated. It's not funny the things that are going on. Girls no longer on campus. You see people behaving so unruly, and you wonder where are those. Back then the school authorities had disciplined people that would go around. If you had maybe you had ras hair or
Yeah,
your appearance was bad, they will escort you out of the campus.
I'm
But these
telling
days, people
you.
wear what they like. They do what they like. I know that some universities, like in the last few years, try to bring rules and regulations about what to do. And because what is making you want to shoot a TikTok video on the corridor of your lecture hall? Are you not supposed to be attending lectures? Even
Yes.
if you want to do so, not in a way that disturbs other people's peace. So I think youths of these days need to learn how to behave, how to have decorum in public places.
Yes.
The way you behave in your room, please, when you come out, you should at least try to be courteous, to be polite, to be mannered, so that you look like somebody that comes from a responsible family.
Yes.
Because when people just go about misbehaving anyhow, like for us in Islam, for instance, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, whoever does not have shame can be doing what he likes.
Yeah.
So it's only shameless
Sorry.
people.
Yeah, let me cut you on. Somebody's asking, why did the lecturer try to collect the phone from the girl? Why he tried to collect the phone from the girl? Because he wanted her to delete the TikTok, according to his own narration yesterday. That he wanted her to delete the video because he saw that obviously she was doing a TikTok video. And as the power, as the lecturer, I think he felt he
He's
has
somebody
the
in a
right. Yes.
position of authority. If she had recorded him and he doesn't want to appear in her video, whatever it
You
is she
know.
was doing on the corridor, is a public space. It's not her room. It's not her room. It's not her studio. It's not her premises or anything for her to
Yes.
want to start including people that don't want to be included in her video. So if he had said, please delete that particular video, she should have complied and then do another one without him inside.
Yes.
So for her to have blatantly refused, and she says, "Give me." These things have happened to many of us. You would hand it over because it's not as if he's going to steal your phone for whatever reason, and at the end of the day, he will give you something back after rectification has been done. So I don't think that he was. It's like her father telling her, "Give me that phone," because maybe she's using it at a wrong time or something like that.
And then she have the guts to hold her father on the
For
neck.
me,
On
it was
like
just
that.
crass misbehavior. I don't. There's no excuse for what she did. Even if he has harassed her in the past, then it should not have been that particular day that she now wants to show the whole world that okay, this man has done this. She should have known how to table her grievances and make sure that she doesn't condone whatever abuse has been going on before. It's not on this day now that you now want to harass the lecturer and mess him up or things like that. I think that it is a symbol of her own bad character that she displayed. That was not in any way that is not in any way acceptable behavior. It is not decorum at all.
Honestly, so and this action of ours, honestly, I'm sure her parents will be disappointed at her. And it's just like I said earlier, it has always posed to her parents or to the world out there that she's from a bad home. Even at home, she doesn't respect her parents, she doesn't respect her mother and her father. And this action of ours would affect her in future if she doesn't know. Yes, it will affect her even where because people are from comments. People were saying that this girl deserves to be expelled from the school. Though the man said, "Well, this was just what he had to say, what he narrated." Then it's left for the
School
committee,
authority.
yes, to do whatever they want to do.
Disciplinary action.
Yes, and I'm sure even if maybe they might ask her to go tender apology or something. But the thing is, what she has done now, nobody will see the fault of the lecturer because he was clearly on his right to do whatever it is that he did. And she taking that action was just too overreacting and like
I
you
don't
know
think there's any amount of provocation that will make you to see somebody that is obviously older
older
than
than
you,
you.
and then you hold this up. We need to discourage. We need to discourage. What would I call it? Rude or rash behavior in public, just for people to do whatever they like. We need to discourage it because by supporting what the girl did, yes, she has the right because it's her phone and this and that. There is too much attachment to phone for today's you. Just feeling as if their phone is everything, so nobody has a right. I think it's wrong, and this is what is because of this. She's somebody that is supposed to be on campus for her studies. She's
Yes.
supposed to be attending a lecture, whatever it is that was holding in that particular building. And here she was trying to do a TikTok video.
TikTok, and perhaps maybe the students in the class receiving lectures, and that was just what she
So
copied.
I
That
think she is the one that was at fault. And
yes.
the man's gentility should not be taken to mean that he's guilty of something.
Mhm.
Because the truth is, these days, one needs to be careful. Even if you are walking on the street and you see that somebody is trying to video you, sometimes you would want to tell the person, please, don't include me in your, or you try to shift away. Nobody wants to be caught on camera before and be found blameworthy for something. Assuming he had shouted on her, slapped her, done whatever it is that other men would have done, it would have still been another problem for him again. So I guess that's what warranted his extreme gentility. Which people are now trying to say there's a reason for it. For him to have been that gentle and calm and just looking at her while she harassed him, then it means that there's something between them. There might not have been anything, but just being careful with the way today's world is.
I don't know what girls of this. Anyway, the program is still talk. Let's talk about the viral video. We are actually discussing the viral video of the girl and her lecturer. The girl that has gone viral since I mean earlier this week or so. I mean this yes, since earlier this week. The girl that heard a lecturer that fought her. Let me just call it fighting. But that's fighting. That's fighting. I don't understand.
Violently
Parental attacked her
attacked.
lecturer just because he tried to stop her from. And according to her, he tapped her on the shoulder or he pushed her because she called it push. You needed to see her action. She just told me like, see how you just touch me on my like she
On my
untouchable.
shoulder.
See how you just touch me on my back. and she turned. And I don't really know where she went and started attacking. The next video I saw was she was holding lecture. She was just screaming like the man is owing her. The man is owing her. So the man was owing her something
So
that
disturbing her.
yes that he refused to give her. And the man just stood like, I'm sorry to use the word like a dundee. I was just looking like, what's happening here, And people were trying to hold her. In those see in my department, they will not try that. Just like you said earlier, those days
You see them as gods.
in an go. There was I could remember a scenario in the class where one of my lecturers, very intelligent man, I will not mention his name. Do you know that somebody? Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone, but do you know that somebody went and maybe probably all these ladies now they want to just to get lecturer's favor they want to do and undo. So she actually got something for this lecturer. Like he might call it. He actually saw it as a bribe, but she might not
Okay.
see it
It's a
that way.
gift.
And just got a gift for the lecturer to give him. But we might not know. We don't know what had transpired between them. Do you know that this lecturer came to the class? He came and got everybody's attention. And he's like, he called the girl's name. He said, don't you ever try this thing that you did in my department, mass communication. Don't you ever try this thing that you did again. That I am not begging for the right, I'm not hungry, I'm not begging, I don't beg, I don't ask you for anything. Don't you ever try this thing that you did. And he, in fact, it wasn't me that it happened to, but I helped the girl to be embarrassed. I
So
was
it's
really
public
embarrassed.
disgrace.
It was public
But
disgrace.
probably
He
he needed
called
to
her
do that.
out. Called her out, didn't hide it, and brought out. I think he got. I can't remember what. I
It
remember
was-
Shaba. I don't want to mention the name of the gift. You know, he called her out. So what I'm trying to say is, those in the schools of those days, there was some departments. I don't really know how this generally how this department is, because there's some department that they talk to their lecturers. Some people don't have regards for their lecturers. I don't know if that's the case because for her to have that guts,
I think it's just the time. I think it's just the era that we're living in that things have really degenerated. It probably is like that across board, but there are still schools and places and departments and faculties where lecturers are still held in high esteem and they are still feared and they are still revered that you cannot talk to them anyhow. But on a general note, youth these days are are not as are not as respectful, which is the point I want to make that we need to discourage youth from public misbehavior, from just doing what they like in public. Because there is this notion they have that I don't send anybody, I don't care what people think of me. You're not caring what people think of your opinion or the way people perceive you,
Yes.
your reputation does not mean that you should misbehave. You see, these girls wear whatever they like because they feel like, yes, I'm the owner of my body, so I can put whatever I need. But public perception also matters. You need to have a good reputation and you need to project yourself the way you want to be addressed. The same thing with boys going out or guys going out and just being generally razzed, looking up. I have had got to tell many a young man to say that, don't you think that if you had trimmed your hair, the normal way that people, that you look much neater, much respectable than this, and they'll be like, no, dread is the in thing now. But I'm just feeling as somebody that is watching, I'm just feeling as if, but you look like a criminal. Like you look like somebody that is definitely doing bad things.
Do you know from this thing you said now, that was at the park. A boy came to the park with his mother, then wearing this their saggy trouser that they're showing all the pants and everything. The mother,
She saw it.
do you know,
Okay.
it was another woman that told my son, you're a very fine boy, but why is your trouser down?
Falling down.
You can imagine another woman telling you while you were with, I don't know if that's, but he was actually with an elderly person at that point. That person could not tell him that, see your trouser is almost falling down.
I think for some, the mother may say she has always talked, or for some,
Yeah.
maybe they condone it. It depends, different strokes for different foods. But I think we need to generally discourage misbehavior in public. We need to discourage it. The rate of it, before when you go out, you want to be perceived as somebody respectable. You want people to give you high regards. You want to go back home with a good reputation.
Yes.
But these days, almost as if people really don't care. You see a young man or a young woman sitting in a bus, there's an elderly or pregnant woman standing there, and they do not have the courtesy to offer their seat, or there's a queue and they are struggling and shoving an old man until he almost falls down. I've seen that kind of scene in a bank.
Yes.
And things like that. There has to be regard for authority, regard for elderly people and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know if this girl actually know the repercussion of what she has done. That is, so this attitude of us will not only affect her now, even in the future, because she has been seen as a very arrogant, disrespectful, and very rude girl. Yes, and which this action of ours will affect her, just like I said earlier, to affect her
And the
in
internet
the
does not
future.
forget.
They does
The
not
internet
forget.
doesn't forget.
If she goes out, if she graduates tomorrow, if she eventually graduates or gets, if she gets expelled and she eventually get admission, that's if another school wants to admit that kind of girl into their school. Number one, and then trying to get a job tomorrow. If any, there's no way one or two people will not know, will not have seen
And I
that
think
video that will want to
yes,
hunt her, that will bring it, that somebody will bring her. Isn't it that girl that was rude to her?
yes.
She's a rude girl like that. How are we sure that she can work in our company and give our company that that desirable reputation and keep the reputation of our company high? And she has not only destroyed her own self or her parents, she has tarnished her mother's image, her mother's reputation. If truly she has a mother in that school as a lecturer, that is the truth. Her mother should cover her face in shame. I don't know how much effort she has put to try to bring up this girl well, to make her to give her good home training, but I am sure her mother will cover her shame. Even her parents entirely will cover their face in
because
shame,
because the
because
person
this
she
is a
has
total
disgraced
disgrace.
is her mother's colleague. You
Yes.
understand? Like your if your mother is a doctor now, you want to respect every doctor you see because you have seen your mother
Mhm.
figure there. So I'm even thinking that it even makes it worse for her that her mother is a lecturer. The fact that this is somebody that is your mother's colleague and you had so I will need to discourage you generally from thinking that they can just do whatever they
Even
like
that
and
because
get
their
away with
mother
it.
is
Like
a
you were talking
teacher.
about the employer issue. I've heard people who have lost employment because of something that they posted online very many years ago,
Yeah,
some rude statements they made, some arguments,
you know.
irrelevant arguments they were involved in, some kind of outbursts they had back then that is still recorded in their social media history from
You know.
years back. And an employer or somebody that is granting a scholarship, a university abroad, is now going back to look at your timeline to see the kind of things you've done. So this will definitely show up on her timeline in future, and it's just something that will indict her. So I
Honestly.
think we need to discourage you from that kind of behavior.
So if you're with us in this program, or if you're just tuning in, you're just clicking on the link, well, we are discussing the viral video of the girl that harassed, violently attacked her lecturer in the University of Nsukka, Nigeria. So if you're in that shoes, or if you're a parent that's watching this video, what is your take? Please indicate it in the comment section. What do you think should be done to such a girl, or what other story of this incident do you know about that you think you can share with us? Please indicate it at the chat box. Let's know that you're with us. Let's know that we're not talking to empty space. We're not talking to, we're actually communicating to people out there. Please indicate to us that you're there with us, or you can just give us a thumb up by clicking the like button um, of this video. Please let us know, what do you think? If you understand the story very well, or probably you've come across the video, please indicate to us what you think about this situation. Do you think the lecturer being calm about it is the right thing to do, or do you think the lecturer should have taken, what action do you think lecturer should have taken in the during that scenario? Please indicate it in the comment section of this video as discussed further. So it's just like, we had this discussion about parenting, right? Bad parenting. And I know when we're having this, when we are talking about parenting, bad parenting, and people will not get to understand until something happens. And as a parent, you not even know how bad you've been to your child, how bad a parent you've been until your child goes out to display that you tell yourself, is this how bad I've been a parent? Is this what you, and let's be fair, some of them must have been trying, because
And
children of
of course,
nowadays,
they have a mind of their
they
own,
have the mind, a one kind mind
including
of
the
mind.
God self.
And look at her, she's a very beautiful girl. Now with all this, and nobody's even talking about her beauty online now. It's just her disrespectful nature,
Like,
her
nobody
disrespectful
likes bad
attitude.
behavior.
You know, now you think you're beautiful. She feels you. She's tall. She has a shape. She's that. But then no, she goes on like nobody's talking about that.
And
Nobody is saying, this fine girl, why you can't do like this now? Or this fine girl, or girl, you fine. Don't worry, your attitude, your misbehavior is
even
valid.
in marriages, or a lot
You
of men
know,
often say is that a beautiful woman becomes ugly when her character is bad. So no matter how beautiful a beautiful man is, the fact that your character is bad or that you do not have manners will ultimately turn you to be the ugliest woman that the
Mm-hmm.
man has ever seen. So for relationship sakes and for just our normal interactions with people, you need to cultivate that good behavior in public, no matter the provocation. And we are living in an era where violence causes a lot of problems now. So it's better to even eschew it, to just avoid it, and to prefer the path of peace instead. She could have just avoided that. If there's any other grievance she had against the man, and to table it later in a more
That she's had that.
civilized way.
Yes, she felt that much.
So on the issue of the
That is
parenting that you were saying, of course, a lot of parents are trying their best, but another thing is that we are now mostly permissive. We are laissez-faire in our parenting because we feel like, okay, children of nowadays, you cannot really give them too many rules and regulations, or you cannot handle them the way our parents handled it. But there still has to be a level of discipline. In the Holy Book, they says, the Christian says, spare the rod and
as for the
spoil the child. And for us
child.
Muslims, again, discipline is a very serious part of tarbiyah. The tarbiyah of Muslims involves discipline. If she talks to adults anyhow, some people their children will talk anyhow to adults and they will say, "Oh, she's bold." That's a 5-year-old child.
Yes.
Is being disrespectful to an elderly neighbor, and they are saying, "Oh, she's bold. She knows. She speaks her mind. She knows what she wants," or that kind of thing. We should not encourage that in small children, because I see a lot of children being so bold these days. They just
Yes.
talk whatever they like, and the parents will be amused, thinking that it's just
Yes. My
those are the
baby
kind
is a
of things
very
that
sharp girl,
develop. Because in those days, the fear of adult makes you to not want to misbehave, even when your parents are not there.
Yes.
The fact that there's another adult there, you will now be scared that maybe this person can chastise me or go and report me to my parents or that kind of thing. But if a child does not have any fear for adults, then that kind of child can do whatever they like.
Yes, and this it starts.
That's how it is. So for us parents, we need to be careful about the kind of allowances we are giving to our children to make them feel as if they can do whatever they like, or to make them talk. I stop my children sometimes when they come to school and they're saying that teacher did something, that foolish teacher. I said no, you are not allowed to say that. You are not allowed to say that. That is somebody's mother. No matter what, no, but the teacher was unjust. She beat me, or somebody else did something and it was me that was beaten, or this and that, or partiality, whatever it is.
Yes.
Children always have complaints against their teachers, that kind of thing. So I'll tell them whatever you want to report to me, table it for me in a very respectful way. And if I need to take it up with the school authority, I will go and meet them. If the teacher has been unjust, if the teacher has bullied you in any way or done something to you that is not supposed to, I will take it up. I will not cover it or keep quiet. But you don't talk about your teacher as if you are talking about your mates, your classmates, or small children. So we need to actually monitor this and discourage that in our children. That the way they talk about adults, the way they view adults has to be in a respectful way. Yes, that's
And this is why we like always say, bring up your child the way to be marriageable materials. The way we bring up your child the kind of way. I mean, to be the kind of husband or the kind of spouse you would want to marry, or you would have loved to marry. And this is how it starts. Now everybody sees this attitude of this girl as the table lead. In fact, everything relates back to her parents. That's bad parenting. Bad parenting.
And then relationship wise, I'm sure some guys are going to be saying, no, I can't have that kind of girlfriend.
See
Because
this babe,
if in our relationship I dare say one or two, before you know it, she will just slap me and then
this kind girl can do this to a lecturer. Is it me? I don't know if I can, but that's how. But you see the guy fine now. The girl get fine. She not fine again for my eye. I don't go. I don't they do. You see that Nkechi or that blessing or that Amina that is ugly. That girl now they go for. You know, but it's polite. That is what they don't know, because a lot of children actually they think with their beauty. They think with their beauty. They feel they are beautiful, so they can do anyhow they can misbehave. It's not beauty is not all about it. Beauty is not don't allow your beauty or your facial look, your physical look to deceive you.
Or to make you feel like you are the queen of the whole world, so you can do whatever you like.
You know the child she was even this one she's feeling herself already. Or they will say maybe she's dating somebody that is higher than the lecturer. That's why she feels she could. Slay queen. She feels she could misbehave and do anything, and she has upper hand. She has people that will stand for her. It's not it. Think about your future. Think about your parents. Think about
Your
your
reputation.
reputation, because you're not going to remain like this. You go to one, don't allow, don't act, don't behave in a way that will haunt you in the past, because it can never be corrected. It is a stain, it is a stain that will be there forever. So whenever we behave, even in public, in private, you should always think about the past. That, okay, this thing, now what happens if it comes out to the past? Will it be a good thing? Will it sit well on other people's ears, that okay, this thing I did is good? Always think of doing things that if people hear it tomorrow, they'll say good thing about you, or it will help you, things that will help you tomorrow in your future. In the future, you should look at, not your present. And I hope this gets to many people out there, and I hope a lot of ladies too, who feel they are beautiful, they can do anyhow, they can misbehave. I hope they see they watch this video, and they get messages, because from people's comments said it will borrow people, it will just borrow you sense that, guys, this girl has actually misbehaved, even if you think she did well. But I'm sure you got message from everything that has been discussed here today, and everything that, because that concerned this the video, the viral video of that girl. So if you think you are in that line and you are a disrespectful person, as a woman, and as a man, as a boy, as a girl, please change your ways and be good. And as a parent too, if you know that you're lacking somewhere, or as a parent of this girl, and you know that there's something, or I hope you have realized that there's something missing out in your parenting, in your style of parenting. So you need to upgrade in your style of parenting to make your child or your children better leaders of tomorrow, better husbands tomorrow, better wives tomorrow. So if this video meets someone well out there, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel as well. But don't forget, if you have anything to chip in, or if you get to watch this video later, please, you can still chip in what you have to chip in, your thoughts about the discussion of today, and let's get to hear it. Put it in the comment section of this video. I would say, have a great day.
All
I know
right.
you have any last thing to say.
Let's all try to imbibe decorum in whatever we are doing, to behave well, not to provoke people in public or behave in ways that put us, at conflict with people. Peace is really what we all need in today's world. We know that the situation makes everybody to be angry at some point, but we really need to mind how we behave in public, to always show up in our best behavior at all times.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button of this video. And if you didn't follow the live session, you can still watch it later and make your input known to us. Thank you and bye.